we're going to look at paragraph formatting techniques. Home tab, paragraph group. I have a paragraph, I'm going to highlight it. It's at default aligned left. I can align center, I can align right, and I can justify. Left means that my text moves to my left margin. Right alignment means that the text moves to my right margin. Center means when my text moves to the center of the page. And justify means that my text, or rather my paragraph, is straight on both sides of my margin, my left and right margins. Next, we want to look at line spacing. There's 1.5, there's double, which is 2, triple, which is 3. The only thing about using the option on the group command is that you don't get all of the options available to you. So I like to click on the little square next to the word paragraph, and it brings up a window. There's a section that says spacing, and I see before says 0, but after has a number, and I want to make that 0 as well. And here I can change my line spacing, single, 1.5, double, etc. Click OK. So I rather use that option than the command on the ribbon. Next we have indentation. So I still have my text highlighted, my paragraph highlighted. I'm going to go back to the square and opens back the window. Indentation section, there's special, which is first line. Click OK and you'll see that my first line of my paragraph has been indented. There's another option called hanging. Let's see what that does. And you will see that all of my lines except the first one in my paragraph has been indented, hence hanging. There's another option for indentation. You'll notice there's left and right. So besides the left margin and right margin, I can further indent my text, or only that paragraph. Let me do that again. I want to copy my paragraph and paste it. So now I have two paragraphs. My first paragraph, I'm going to go back and try the indentation. I'm typing 1 for left and right. And you'll notice only the paragraph that I had highlighted was indented on the left side and the right side, if I wished. There is another option for different types of lists. And there's the bulleted list or the numbered list. So I'm going to highlight these 3 lines. I pressed enter at the end of each one. And there's the bullets. I can click on that and the bullets automatically appear. And the command, there is decrease indent or increase the indent. I can decrease and you'll notice my bulleted list moves to the left margin. I can increase and my bullets move to the right margin. So as the bulleted list, there is an arrow which gives me more options for bullets. Or I can define a new bullet. I can choose another symbol. So let's go to the numbered list. automatically goes 1, 2, 3, or I can click on the arrow and choose which one I wish to be displayed. And the same, I can increase indent or decrease indent. Now, if I wanted to add another list, another item to the list, I click at the end of the last one and press enter, and I added another item to the list. Now let's say I've completed my list, so I press enter, but another list is coming up, list item, but if I press enter again, the list stops. Another option, there's a multi-level list. So I can click on bulleted list and choose multi-level. Oh, actually, if I click before bulleted list and press tab on my keyboard, it moves in. And I can change this to something else simply by highlighting. I can also change where my list begins by looking at my ruler, looking at the tabs on my ruler, and dragging and dropping. So I've moved it around a bit. So if I press enter, C would appear, but if I wanted a multi-level list, I press tab on my keyboard, and another is here. Press enter, and another multi-level item. Or I can decrease indent, and I go back to C. So lists can get complicated. The final thing I'll show you is the use of tabs. We looked at this already when we did the letter, but I'm going to introduce it again. So tabs use the tab keyboard key on the keyboard, but it uses the ruler as well. So we're looking to the top left-hand corner of the rulers, and you'll see a little L shape. If I put my mouse on it, if I point it, it says left tab. If I click on it, it changes, and that's now called the center tab. If I click on it again, it's now called the right tab. Click on it again, it's now called the decimal tab. And it has a number. It has a next one, a bar tab. Next one is the first line indent tab. Next one is the hanging indent, and then it starts all over again at the left tab. Now, whichever tab you have displayed is the one that you will be using. So let's say I want to do a simple budget here. So let me type up a simple budget. Snack is like $5. Juice. Oh, alright, let's say snack is like $20. And my juice is like 3.25. Oops. Alright. So then my total is 23.25. Good. Now, budget, I may want centered. So I can click until I see the center tab and click on my ruler, and that center tab appears on the ruler. I should note that my insertion point was on budget all this time. So you have to make sure that when you are placing the tab, the text that you want to move to align with that tab should have been clicked on. Not highlighted, just clicked on. Now I'm going to click at the beginning of that word, press tab on my keyboard, and it should line up with my tab. Next, I want to use the left tab. So I'm going to click until I see the left tab. And I want to move, actually let me highlight all of these because I want them to be on the left tab. And I also want my, you see how my money totals are not really lined up. I wish they to be lined up according to decimal point. So there was a decimal tab. So I want to use that as well. So let me highlight all the text I'm going to use with the decimal tab. And I'm going to click on my ruler. And there's my decimal tab. So I have my left tab and my decimal tab. So I'm going to click before snack, press tab on the keyboard, and then click before 20, press tab on my keyboard. Same with juice, same with the money. Same with total, click before total, press tab on the keyboard, click before the money, and press tab on the keyboard. Notice left tab, they're all lined up to the left side, and my decimal tab, all of the money is lined up according to the decimal point. So tabs can be useful in helping to format and align your text.